Hello, I'm Laura. It's Sunday, October 12th, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. We start a new theme of the week today with authenticity. And I'm going to use that authenticity theme to actually pull that bridge building theme from last week over just a little bit for one more day. So we're going to look at authentic relationships where bridges are being built. And one of the places that is happening is the old estate of Thomas Jefferson in Charlottesville, Virginia, that is called Monticello. Now, I've been there a number of times, being an old Virginian myself, but there is something special going on there right now. And as we know, Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration of Independence, who was one of the founding fathers declaring equality for all people, and yet who actually enslaved more than 600 people over his lifetime, had a lot to work with in his own authenticity. I think he really sought that equality, but didn't quite make it all the way. And today that is being authentically recognized and discussed. And how do we have breakthroughs with acknowledging our past and transforming our present and future from that acknowledgement? Well, we find authentic conversation, particularly with those with whom we may disagree. What is emphasized at Monticello is the relationship that Thomas Jefferson had with John Adams, who was anti-slave in his political viewpoints. So there was this conflict in that arena and in other political arenas that the two men shared, and yet they also had a friendship that lasted a lifetime. Now, there were some pretty ugly political divisions between those two men and the parties they represented throughout the years, but they always found their way back to each other and had that friendship supersede all of the division. Well, when we can have certain things in us supersede the divisions we see, then perhaps we can build a more constructive world. Perhaps we can authentically look at our past and learn from it and move forward together. And this is what is happening at Monticello. It is called the Feast of Reason program, the Feast of Reason program, because it is based on civil conversations that were promoted by both Jefferson and Adams in being frank, extending grace to the person with whom you may disagree, and putting forth civil reason over passionate anger and self-righteousness. So when we do that, we actually are building those bridges. We actually are coming together in ways where we can acknowledge our past and move not beyond it, but use it to expand ourselves into a new future of connection and conversation and accomplishment in the projects we can do together for our society. So let us get in touch with authenticity today through the idea of speaking truthfully, extending grace to those with whom we are speaking, and putting reason, civil reason, over negative passion when it comes to disagreements. Let's take a deep breath and close our eyes. And affirm this for ourselves and those with whom we interact. I speak the truth. I extend grace. And I interact with civil reason in the face of disagreement. I speak the truth. I extend grace. And I interact with civil reason in the face of disagreement. And so it is. At Monticello, visitors of all backgrounds from all over come together to have these discussions in their Feast of Reason program. If we can feast on reason in our relationships and let understanding take precedence over self-righteousness, we can actually stand in our own truth, our own authenticity, learn from the past authentically, and move forward together for a new future. Thank you for letting me share that bridge building idea one more time under the theme of authenticity. There is so much more to get to this week. There have been mass shootings, there has been an explosion in Tennessee, and we are holding many people, and the hostages we are expecting to be freed. We're holding many people in our prayers these days. But we are also moving forward with love and with civil reason and grace. Have a wonderful day.